Debunction junction, what's my function? Ready? All right, true or false? The current lame duck Congress will not get a darn thing done. Nothing will pass. Is that true or is that false? False. The lame duck Senate passed a piece of actual, some would even say major legislation today. So eat crow, all you doubters in the media, you forecasters of doom and gloom. Ye have little faith in the 111th Congress. All you people like me. Forget policy, forget what you're supposedly for, forget your own ideas that you are on the record supporting or even proposing. Nothing can pass. No matter what the country needs, no matter what you believe the country needs. Nothing can pass in Washington because something passing, something getting done might have a side effect, a horrible side effect of making Barack Obama look not bad for a second. Yeah, despite how sure I was that nothing could happen, the Senate today approved the Food Safety Modernization Act. It is the biggest deal in food since sliced bread. Seriously, close at least. Sliced bread dates to 1928. The last time we had a full overhaul of our food safety system was 1938. It has been 72 years. The New York Times today reports that the House might even forgo the usual haggling in conference committee and just pass the Senate version of this food safety bill to make sure it gets to the president's desk and gets signed. So hey, they're actually passing something. Dry-aged steaks for everyone. I was totally wrong. I deserve this. False. Oh, what a feeling. All right, next one. True or false? The bailout of the financial system that, for all its problems and inequities, did stave off a second Great Depression. That bailout cost taxpayers $700 billion. The TARP bailout cost taxpayers $700 billion. Is that true or is that false? False. Not that you would know it from the last 2 years on the TV machine.
$700 billion plus in bailout cash.
$700 billion.
And that $700 billion rescue plan.
The $700 billion bailout.
Not the Wall Street, Washington crony capitalists have put a $700 billion bag of dung on taxpayers' doorsteps, rung the bell, and expect you to thank them when you answer it.
A $700 billion bag of dung? In any case, $700 billion. That's what we say when we talk about the bailout. But make way for the very sexy follow-up accounting. The Congressional Budget Office reporting this week that the bailout's actually going to cost taxpayers about $25 billion. $25 billion, or roughly 1/28th of what everybody says it cost. The CBO writing, quote, "Clearly it was not apparent when the TARP was created 2 years ago that the cost would turn out to be this low." So the idea that saving the global economy costs $700 billion, that idea is false. Though when you think about it, that probably would have been a bargain anyway. All right, third question. True or false? A monetary settlement for African American farmers, for which the Senate recently approved funding, it is actually reparations for slavery. A monetary settlement for African American farmers is actually reparations for slavery. Is that true or false? Also false. Really, really false. Today, the House cleared the way for the Department of Agriculture's multi-billion-dollar settlement in a discrimination suit. Just over $1 billion of that money is targeted for African-American farmers. Farmers who had been denied the same USDA loans that white farmers used to stay afloat. Congressman Steve King of Iowa has a sad about these farmers getting that money. Congressman King called it as he saw it, and maybe as only he could.
We've got to stand up at some point and say, we're not going to pay slavery reparations in the United States Congress. That war's been fought. That was over a century ago. That debt was paid for in blood, and it was paid for in the blood of a lot of Yankees.
People have been arguing about slavery reparations since the civil rights movement and before, but nary a dime has been paid out as compensation to the descendants of slaves in America. That is the truth. But apparently Steve King believes he's stumbled upon a secret master plan to distribute what are really reparations, but are disguised as a legally obtained, federally approved settlement of agriculture claims. Steve King is making that up. We'll be right back.